To save his dying daughter, a man embarks on a 2-year space mission. But a catastrophic asteroid collision sends his ship crashing onto an uncharted planet. Believing he is the sole survivor, he sends a grim final message: "I am dead." But he wasn't alone. Hidden in the wreckage is a 9-year-old girl, and the planet isn't alien at all. It is Earth, 65 million years ago, and they've just crashed on the eve of extinction. The decision had been agonizing. On the shores of his home planet, Samaris, Mills felt the weight of his choice. His wife held him, her words a fragile comfort. She whispered, but Mills knew 2 years was an eternity. "Not here," he said, the words heavy with guilt. His daughter, Naveen, tried to lighten the mood, fumbling with a makeshift whistle. In frustration, he knelt beside her, his heart aching, and gently showed her the trick. He sat down. Her innocent question struck his soul. He was good at being a pilot, but failing at being a father. He tried to explain to her later, his words feeling hollow. The salary for this long-range mission was their only hope for her cure. As he left, her final question echoed, "When will you return?" The Zoic Charter 3703 sliced through the cosmos, its passengers in cryo-sleep. Mills slept until the ship's alarm screamed him awake. A voice announced. He scrambled to the cockpit, taking manual control as undocumented asteroids hammered the hull. The ship bucked and groaned, alarms blaring as systems failed. He declared, "Down." The vessel, torn in two, became a fiery comet, plummeting towards an unknown world. He awoke to the stench of burnt wiring and a sharp pain in his torso. After a brutal self-administered first aid, he staggered through the mangled corridors. The ship was a tomb. He accessed the flight data, location, unknown. He picked up the distress beacon, his voice a ghost in the wreckage. A survivor. He saw a photo of his family on the floor, a relic from a life now lost. He recorded his message, then, in a moment of utter despair, deleted it. He recorded a new one. Recovery. Message sent. He had given up. He picked up his pulse rifle, ready to end it all. But a sound, a faint electronic ping, cut through his resolve. An escape pod locator, one was nearby. As if summoned, a hologram of his daughter flickered to life. The image propelled him forward. Through the dense, alien jungle, he found the source. A damaged cryo pod, half buried in the mud. Inside, a small girl lay in suspended animation. She was alive. His life suddenly had a new, terrifying purpose. With the young survivor, Koa in tow, Mills ventured out. The landscape was a treacherous mix of swamp and jungle, unlike anything he knew. Then he found it, a massive skeleton, picked clean. Bending atop the colossal skull, the horrifying truth dawned on him. This wasn't an alien world. This was a prehistoric Earth. His scanner confirmed the other half of his ship, the half with the escape vessel, was 15 kilometers away. Their only way out was across a mountain range teeming with giant predators. Communication was impossible. Koa spoke a language his translator couldn't recognize. Desperate, Mills drew in the sand. He drew a mountain, the ship, and two figures. Koa, seeing the figures, spoke a word in her tongue, pointing at them. Family. Seizing the opportunity, Mills made a choice. He lied. He pointed to the mountain and confirmed her hope. It was a cruel deception, but it gave her a reason to climb. Later, alone, Mills replayed the holographic messages from Naveen. Her cheerful updates slowly gave way to loneliness and pain. Problems, he said, her smile not reaching her eyes. Her messages turned to anger. Then came the final messages from his wife after Naveen's passing. She was away. The weight of his failure crashed down on him. He hadn't been there. Saving Koa was no longer just about survival. It was his only path to redemption. The journey began. Mills instructed, "Move close." But this world had other plans. Koa, curious and unaware of the dangers, picked some red berries. Mills rushed to stop her, just as a parasitic bug launched from the fruit. Later, Koa befriended a small, seemingly harmless dinosaur. Mills's warning to leave it came too late. A pack of raptors ambushed the small creature, tearing it apart in a brutal display of nature's cruelty. Koa's scream of terror was drowned out by the predator's shrieks. Mills grabbed her and they fled, the raptors in hot pursuit. Save for a moment, Mills's frustration boiled over. The weight of responsibility was crushing him. Their journey led them into a dark cave system, a supposed shortcut. Inside, they were attacked by a cave-dwelling predator, forcing them deeper. A rock slide triggered by their fight sealed the path behind them and also blocked their way forward. They were trapped. Koa, believing her family was on the other side, frantically pushed at the rocks. Mills, defeated, couldn't bear the lie any longer. He confessed, "They are dead," his voice breaking. Koa's world shattered. The hope that had fueled her collapsed into gut-wrenching sobs. Seeing her devastation, Mills used his last explosive charges to blast a hole through the rockfall. But the explosion destabilized the cavern, and the ground gave way beneath him. He fell into a lower chamber, sinking into a pit of quicksand. Like mud, KOA, now alone, had to fend for herself. Using the lessons Mills had taught her, she fashioned a poultice for his wounds and bravely navigated the hostile forest to find him. She found him just as he pulled himself from the mud, and they were reunited, their bond now forged in shared truth and trauma. As they embraced, Mills's scanner chirped again. Object detected. The asteroid that crippled their ship was just a fragment. The main body was now on a collision course. Estimated impact: less than 12 hours. Their journey became a frantic race against planetary annihilation. They finally reached the mountain peak and the escape vessel. A rescue signal was active. Hope surged, but it was short-lived. As Mills comforted Koa, telling her he needed to get her home, she wrapped her arms around him, a silent act of forgiveness and trust. Just then, the sky began to burn as the first wave of meteors entered the atmosphere. They scrambled into the ship, but their launch was disastrous. A nearby impact sent the vessel tumbling down the mountain, crashing into a geyser field below. And they weren't alone. Two massive tyrannosaurs, drawn by the commotion, descended upon the wreck. Mills was thrown from the ship, his rifle just out of reach. One of the giants closed in, its massive jaw snapping. Inside the inverted cockpit, Koa, remembering Mills's lesson with the whistle, managed to create a sonic lure, distracting one of the beasts. Mills seized the moment, grabbing his rifle and blasting the dinosaur. But the other T-Rex, enraged, charged at Koa. Mills shoved her out of the way, taking the brunt of the attack himself. As the dinosaur loomed over them, a geyser erupted beneath it, scalding the beast. At the same time, the colossal asteroid struck the Earth. The shockwave and debris killed the remaining dinosaur and sealed the fate of its entire species. Mills, battered and broken, carried Koa back to the ship. As the world burned around them, they launched into the sky. They watched as the planet that was once their prison became a beautiful, terrifying sphere of fire. Safe in the quiet of space, awaiting rescue, Koa rested her head on Mills's shoulder. He had failed to save his own daughter, but across 65 million years, he had been given a second chance.